that's like the most frustrating part of the whole shit. It's like when other people try to tell you what to make. You know? Like I remember I would turn in records, they'd be like, which one's the radio single? Which one's the club banger? I'm like, I didn't make those. Really, I think that's like the most frustrating part of the whole shit. It's like when other people try to tell you what to make. You know? Like I remember I would turn in records, they'd be like, which one's the radio single? Which one's the club banger? I'm like, I didn't make those. So no matter what you want to hear from me, like there's somebody else out there who doesn't want to hear that shit from me.
Right.
So instead, like I'm just gonna make what I want to make. If you want to listen to somebody else, like go listen to somebody else. Don't tell me, cause I don't care. So shut the fuck up.
I don't talk shit for the hell of it. I don't got time for the games. Since 22, I've been killing shit. How did I not catch a case? I don't got a drop for the relevance. Brook, but I rap like a veteran. Knock on the door, better let him in. Look around the room, who the elephant? Got the same print on my Jumpman threes. True blue OGs. The fake ones look like yours. The real ones look like these. Used to be 2 for the word, but now I gotta double my cheese. So now it's like 4 for the verse. I'm sorry, gotta cover my fees. Don't talk to me, I don't know you. Don't fuck with me, I thought I told you. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. No, don't talk to me like that. If you don't start no shit, won't be no shit. Got some motherfuckers who acting childish on some old Gambino shit. They can't fuck with me, no shit. They know I reload quick. Dropping that clip like Stilo Brim. Going out like Pacino did. This not no gun talking, no gun talking. I'm throwing shots with my verbal, but be careful though, I might burn you. Got Inferno all in my journal. Every night I get that high when I'm up till 5, but I'm not nocturnal. Off that perp, but it's not that herbal. Off that white, but it's not by Virgil, yeah. Whoa, just leave me alone. Just leave me alone, yeah. Whoa, I fear God, that's all. I fear God, that's all, yeah. Whoa, act like we don't know that your ego low. That's why he go broke. Can't believe you spent that on Supreme logo. I don't got a problem with a hype beast. I'm just saying it's unlikely that you find me spending $500 for the Gucci logo on a white tee. It's like, oh, I hope that they like me. All for the flex on IG. Every year when a new retro drop, they will kill a young man that's 19 or leave a motherfucker with an IV just to get the new X size. All for the name brand textiles, getting X styled over next styles. That's fucked up. Right? 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 Shut up. Don't talk to me, I don't know you. Don't fuck with me, I thought I told you. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care.
Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, or better known as ADHD, is a mental disorder that affects an individual's ability to focus, causing them to move around more frequently. They may also have trouble controlling their impulsive behaviors.
1 time for them praying on my downfall. 2 times for the homies in the child hall. 3 times for them hoes on the internet shitting on niggas when they really should get out more. 4 times for the days that were all bad. 5 times for the bitches who ain't called back. 6 times for the kids like me who got ADHD just to kidnap a nigga like ISIS. Whoa, turn the whole world to a crisis. Whoa, walk around the city with an ice pick. I've been paranoid, usually I ain't like this. Ain't no telling how crazy I might get. Beat the police with a nightstick. In my whole life, I've been lifeless. Now I'm so fly, I'm a motherfucking flight risk. Whoa, fuck a couple hoes till I pass out. Whoa, niggas throwing stones at my glass house. Whoa, I remember sleeping on my dad's couch. Whoa, now I got the Bentley and it's blacked out. Whoa, family looking at me like a cash cow. Whoa, everybody dissing just to have clout. Whoa, thought you had a chance, now you asked out. Nigga, I'm the motherfucking man, where you at now? Whoa, fuck it, I'ma hit them till they jumping. I ain't tripping, this is nothing I've been living.
Sort it. Good morning, you beautiful motherfuckers. I hope everybody's having a great morning. I know I am. Y'all know I didn't even notice how red my facial hair is until this morning. I'm feeling very good this morning. I had a fucking edible, yo. Look, motherfucker outlaw. Me and Jordan need a couple hearses. Double homicide, could it be in the verses? Oh, damn, what's up with my nose ring? Oh, never mind. There, unpaused it. Fuck around and you don't want to stop shit. Boy, just stop. Look, it's all of indecision. Alright, no more music. How's everybody doing this morning? I don't got a problem with a white beast. Let me make sure it's the right recording device before I start recording the podcast. And there we go. Sorted. I hope everybody's having a great morning. This is the first official episode of Sorry I'm Stoned, my new podcast. I was going to do it Wednesday. I said, fuck it, we're doing it today. So we'll be, the whole basis of this is basically I will get stoned or guest will be stoned or not, depending on who the guest is. And we'll just talk random subjects. It could be anywhere from like stoner topics to music, to sports, to movies, to TV shows, anime, art, food, just talking random things, stories, life experiences, mental health, the whole shebang. And I want to, just start uploading every episode for now to Spotify and eventually grow to where I have a live RSS feed. I'm really excited about it. But yeah, for the most part, it'll just be your stereotypical stoner stuff that stoners do when they hang out, sitting on the couch, just chilling. So we're going to get into it. It's going to be fun. I got a gummy right here. And I did have a little piece of one this morning to get it started, but I didn't want to be overdo it for the first episode. So I'm going to get a little piece. Cut it off this, and we're going to get... These are the one whole gummy of this is 2,000 milligrams. These ones actually taste really good. It's raspberry grape. So today's topics I wrote down for the first episode are best stoner snacks, best stoner movies, and the most fun games to play while you're stoned. It doesn't matter what genre. And yeah, I think those would be some exciting topics to discuss. So, what are some of the best stoner snacks like there are to eat when you're stoned? I feel like me personally and with the friend group I hang around, we always had like finger foods. And we would have like chips and then we would have like dips, popcorn. We always had the watermelon slice Sour Patch Kids. I swear to God, that is one of the most goated candies of all time. I will fight you. Watermelon slice Sour Patch Kids are probably one of the best stoner snacks that you can get, in my opinion. They're very enjoyable. They're not too sour. They're just the right amount of sweet. And they're like the perfect chew. Another super underrated snack, I think. They used to be called kazoozles, but now they're called Sweet Tart Ropes. Oh my God, they're so good. However, sometimes if they're like out of date and smushed down too flat, they're not as soft. So I have to make sure when I get mine that they're soft or I won't even eat them. But man, Sour Patch Kids are delicious, even without the watermelon slices. Just the regular Sour Patch Kids are even really nice. But I feel like the best chips that I like to eat as a stoner treat are like Doritos, taquito. I said taquitos. Takis have, even before they blew up, living on the south side of Oklahoma City, I feel like that was like a staple on the south side was Takis. Douse that shit in Valentina hot sauce. Sometimes some cheese sauce, like some nacho cheese sauce. That was like something we did there. And, it's like on the south side of Oklahoma City, it's predominantly Hispanic community. And that was like something that my friends put me onto, and I love it. I love it. And there's like these chips with wheels that like look like wheels. Put some Valentina on that. Telling you right now, that's like one of the best things. What are some other good chips to eat when you're stoned? Cheetos, hot Cheetos, man. Hot Cheetos, hands down. That's another staple. Another thing we used to do is there used to be this ice cream truck when I was a kid on the south side. And he would have like this little cart with this bell on it. And he would just be ringing it. Ching, 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 ching. Going down the street and shit, right? And on it, he had like these bags of chips that would be hanging. And he had like the ones that were shaped like the wheel. And then he had like regular Cheetos. And then he had hot Cheetos. And he had always had like these things of Valentina hot sauce. And some nacho cheese sauce. But it cost like 25 cents for the nacho cheese sauce, which it was like, bigger than the Valentina hot sauce. But we would put that nacho cheese sauce in our bag of Cheetos and we would just shake it up. That was one of the most goated things you could do right there, I swear. I feel like I'm leaving out some chips, though. I ain't gonna lie. Ooh. This might be controversial, but if you have ever had the caramel bugles, oh my gosh, that's like, if you like sweet and salty, if that's your thing, you will love caramel bugles. Oh my gosh, they are insane. They are insanely good. Even the first time, like, my wife told me about those, I was like, oh hell no, I don't want that. Why the hell would you do that? Why would you put caramel on a bugle and then you eat it and you're like, oh my god, this is like God's vagina. I swear to God, it's delicious. Ooh, also the ice cream that used to come on those little ice cream carts, man. They had, they were like these little square, like, ice cream bars. And they had so many different flavors. Like, they had almond, they had walnut, pistachio, coconut, mango, strawberry, cookies and cream, vanilla even. Like, and they are so good and creamy. I feel like one of my favorites was the almond and definitely the coconut. Goated, goated, goated. Then like some non chip or candy related stoner snacks, I feel like have to be like beef jerky, Slim Jims. And if you're going into appetizers, you could say like nachos, onion rings, French fries. Like, if you're just sitting and chilling with the homies and, you're watching movies, then, it definitely would have to be like beef jerky, Slim Jims. We already said chips and dip. Little Debbie treats. Oh, my God, bro. My favorite Little Debbie treats would have to be between Nutty Bars, oatmeal cream pies, Star Crunch, and then the strawberry shortcakes. And my daughter, she put me onto these unicorn cakes. Those are fucking amazing too. So amazing. Little Debbie's on top, man. I swear. Donuts. Ooh. Does donuts count as a stoner snack? Because I'm not gonna lie, I've definitely sat on the couch in the past and ate Doritos like it was a bag of chips. I've ate donuts like it was a bag of chips on the couch, watching movies. Shit, just the other day, me and my wife. Speaking of, there's a whole thing of donuts in the backseat of my car. We went to the store the other day and I forgot to bring the bread and the donuts in. Man, those are some yummy donuts. Tell you what I will say is better about the Walmarts in Pennsylvania compared to the ones on the south side of Oklahoma City is the fucking bakery. I swear to God, for some reason, the donuts here seem like they just taste so much better than in Oklahoma. Or they've just changed the recipe since we've been out here. But I can tell you, once a week when we go to the grocery store, we get a dozen chocolate glazed donuts for the family. And it's always super fresh and delicious. That's like one of the things I look forward to when we go. Ooh, I got another one. I feel like my guilty pleasure when I go to Walmart is when they have like the hot foods like that are ready to go, like by the checkout lines. I don't know if it's the same in like other states or anything like that. But here, they're like, like right when you're about to go into the lane to go check out. And they have these Nathan hot dogs. And they're in Nathan's hot dog buns. And it's the all beef, no preservative Nathan's hot dogs. I swear to God, I will eat like 3 of those if they have them. They are so delicious. I don't even put nothing on them either. I don't put no ketchup. I just eat them bun and meat. Like, it's just fucking delicious. Call me psychotic, and you're talking to a dude that loves to season his food and loves burgers with like the sauce and all those things like that. I will straight devour those fucking hot dogs, I swear to God. Sorry about that. I was reading text messages. But yeah, I feel like those are some solid snacks as far as stoner snacks go. And then, you know, for best stoner movies, like, you could go for days. Like, they don't even have to be like, you know, your stereotypical stoner movies like fucking Pineapple Express and things like that. Like, there's so many movies that you could open up in the best stoner movie conversation. But if we are talking your stereotypical, excuse me, but if we are talking your stereotypical stoner movies, I feel like one of my all-time faves, definitely Pineapple Express. I love that movie so much. And then one I've never seen that I get harassed for and clowned on the daily is Dazed and Confused. I've never seen it. I know of it. I know quotes from it. But yeah, I've never watched that movie, and I hope to. And every time I look to see what streaming service it's on, it's always for rent. And I don't want to rent that movie. And then, you know, I don't know. I'll probably end up having to do it, though. And then another one I have to say is This Is the End. This Is the End is a great stoner movie. Homegrown, which is an older movie, too. Like, older than both of those. Half Baked. That, oh my gosh. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, you're cool. I Quit. That's, like, one of my favorite. But movies that I really do like outside of, you know, like that realm of like stoner movies, one movie I like to sit and like watch when I'm high is like Never Back Down. I don't know why. It's like, I feel like it's an underrated movie. It's a great story about a kid that has some similar struggles, like, you know, where I didn't really have a parent that died. Like, I didn't really, you know, have parents. So, like, you know, when I was in high school, I struggled and fought the same way that he did out of anger for, like, some of that stuff that I dealt with as a kid and growing up in foster care and, you know, getting taken away from my parents. So, you know, I relate to that movie. So I like to sit and chill and watch that movie. It's it's definitely one of my all-time faves. And then, as of recently, I watched a movie called, what is it, Brawl in Cell 99 with Vince Vaughn. It's a very intense, gory, aggressive movie, but oh my God, it's like about a man who is so loyal to his family that when he loses everything, he has to go back to drug dealing. And he, as much as he doesn't want to, he's just doing it so that he can provide for his family. And that's one sure way he knows that he can get the money because, you know, he was was out of jail or whatever. And, he was working a steady job for years at this, automotive, like, collision repair place. And they just randomly fire him one day because, I don't know, some of the customers thought that he looked too, like, much like a convict or a gangster. So instead of, you know, like, saying whatever, like, you know, he's a good worker, they fire him just based off that. So that's what leads him to having to go into the streets. And then, but he gets caught up in a sting, and it's about, like, his journey of trying to make sure that his family is safe and protected, no matter if it costs him his life. And it's a really great movie. I watched that the other day when I was doing my series on TikTok where I, you know, get medicated, and then I watch a movie that someone suggests or a new movie I've never seen. and then give a update on what I feel or thought about that movie. And I feel like that movie, where it wasn't at the highest budget, that Vince Vaughn carried that whole movie, and it's such a great movie. And for shows, even, I've been watching lots of Jujutsu Kaisen lately. I'm really into some Jujutsu Kaisen. I feel like that shit is fucking amazing. Intense, gory, a little more mature than your typical anime, and I like that about it. And it does have its own attitude as well, and its own personality. So it kind of has like its own identity, like where, you know, like you can make some comparisons to others, but it's not like, you know, One Piece or Naruto or Call of Duty, where you could just go on and on and on for like things that you can compare those two, so, or to each other. Lately, me and my wife have also been watching this show called Ghosts. I love that show. It is freaking hilarious. Young Sheldon is another show we've been watching a lot of, but now we're caught up to where we have to wait for all the new episodes on Thursdays. We were really into The Floor, but we finished that, and we don't know when a new episode or if a new season's coming, so hopefully they do that. We also used to like to watch The Masked Singer, and we haven't watched it. We missed quite a few seasons, but oh my gosh, we got to see T-Pain and all like the first like 4 winners. It was really exciting. Seeing Joey from NSYNC on that show was pretty dope. Speaking of NSYNC, they're a bit of a sensation again. After that surprise show in LA, man, people are losing their minds. My wife cried over that. Not even lying. That shit, it was funny, but she wanted to go that bad. But, you know, their ticket sales are definitely going to go up now just because the chance that they might perform in another show, people are going to, you know, definitely try to go to that. Get a ticket to the JT tour. I don't blame them either. I would like that. Like, that was, Fresh Prince. I almost forgot. That's one of my favorite shows. Not just to watch while I'm sober, but while I'm stoned too. It's like hilarious. It's funny. It's got a little bit of everything. And it's got like all the, you know, the things you want when you're stoned and just want to sit and chill. And then another thing a lot of us like to do while we're stoned on the couch is play video games. But it just depends, like, the type, you know, like some people would even say some more aggressive games like, you know, Apex, COD, and things like that. But I feel like there's some really fun ones that you could tackle, like, you know, even like some retro games like Super Mario and the old Metroid games. Pokemon, that's my favorite from that whole thing. I don't like the whole cartridge and handheld Game Boy era. Definitely was Pokemon. And Metroid Prime. Metroid Zero Mission was another good one. Those were the good days. Good old days. I remember when like shit like the DS and the PSP was like the shit. iPods and iPod Nanos, iPod Shuffles. Y'all probably hear that shit and you're like, what the fuck is that? Like, then the PSP, man, and it's kind of funny because now we're transitioning back into where gaming is becoming more portable, and, you know, we got the Steam Decks, we got the like little cloud gaming devices. Mobile gaming is changing. You got like decent mobile games now, like Call of Duty Mobile. Like, what the hell, bro? Warzone. You can play Warzone on your phone now. Like, it's crazy. Man. But I tell you what, the Nintendo 64, I want to get one of those one day. But that was like probably, for me, one of the most nostalgic consoles that I ever owned. Even though I feel, and I've owned, like the PS1, PS2, Xbox original. I had a Sega Dreamcast even. And I feel like the Dreamcast was definitely the most underrated. But I feel like they should have waited a couple years before they put it out, or waited a year. Because, like, when they were trying to push for the online and, like, gaming and stuff, it just wasn't as accessible then as it was when, like, the Xbox and Xbox 360, like when they made Xbox Live, that, like, literally changed online gaming forever. I feel like even MMO, like RPGs and shit, like an old timey game, like when I was a young stoner, I like to play a lot of Fable, Halo Reach, Fable 2, a little bit of Skyrim, a little bit of Oblivion. Man, I'm just over here reminiscing, realizing how old I actually fucking am. But man, gaming is changing so much these days. It's like, a lot of them are just cash grabs where, they want to get the microtransactions and all the microtransactions they can. Like, even though Apex Season 20 is goated so far, I feel like it's still a bit of a cash grab. Like, the last event was so lackluster, plain. The new game mode was plain. It wasn't as exciting as Three Strikes. And then, you get another heirloom recolor that all of the character skins for the event correlate and are the same color. Like, why the hell does every skin for the event have to be purple and orange or blue, purple, and orange? Like, you could have, like, didn't have to go the whole, like, the same color cosmetic for the whole event. You could have changed it up a little bit. At least have, like, at least that way you could say it's a little bit more creative. But they didn't do that, man. It was another cash grab. So hopefully, the next event is a little more exciting. It is really dope, though, that, we're getting the recolor of the Flatline skin. People, that's another one. It's like, oh, well, it's just a recolor. That is one that we've been asking for, though. People have been asking for that skin to come back. And then the argument was, oh, well, like, that's a special skin for that battle pass. Like, So then there was like, okay, well, then we're just going to do a recolor. Then at one point it was going to be a red and black Flatline. I thought that would be a better recolor than the one that we're getting. But you know what? It still looks clean. Purple, gold, and white. It's sick as fuck. The iron sights are pay to win. Like, what more can you ask for? And you get a Wraith skin to go with it. So if you're a Wraith main and you're the stereotypical Flatline wingman Wraith, then fuck yeah, dude, you're winning. What do you got to complain about? Shit. I'm not a Wraith man, and fuck. I'll be finding at least a skin to match with it for Lifeline. I swear to God. But I do hope that at some point in the next couple of years that we do get, like, single player gaming is on top right now. It really is. As much as people want to say that, like, listen to what they have to say about their single player gaming experience. A lot of it is positive. They have, like, these, like, Spider-Man 2, all these new games that came out. And, like me being a shooter, like, I wish I could dabble in games like that, but my ADHD is so bad that I won't finish it. I haven't even finished fucking Hogwarts Legacy, and I loved that movie. But I'm just waiting for a game that comes out in my genre, my preferred genre. I want a new multiplayer game or a shooter that actually listens to the consumer, has its own identity. Like microtransactions, I'm not bad about, and I don't complain about, as long as the game is in a good state. They care about the people that are playing it. Like, I'm just waiting for that new, something fresh that, like, will pull me off of all these other games. Like, even though I'm loving Apex, it's like a horrible solo experience. It's horrible, like, if you don't have people to play with. Even if you're just playing pubs. And the matchmaking, they still haven't fixed matchmaking. So, X Defiant was supposed to be that game, and we haven't heard shit about it. Like, let's see what's going on in the realm of X Defiant. Let's see if there's anything new coming. Release date speculation 5 days ago. Are you wondering about the X Defiant release date? If you've been looking forward to this 6v6 arena shooter from Ubisoft, you may have tried out this fast-paced gameplay during its public test session with characters that draw from the studio's rich back catalog. X Defiant news date window. Based on Ubisoft's earning report, X Defiant is scheduled to release in Q4 of 2024. Never mind. Q4 of the current financial year, meaning that it should be released before March 31st of 2024. Players spotted Ubisoft Rewards featuring X Defiant gear in February 2024, lending even more credibility to this rumor. Its first season appears to be themed around Rainbow Six Siege based on leaks. Okay. I know that it failed a quality test back in like September of last year, and that's another reason why they haven't pushed out another playtest in a while. And then they did put out one, and then I think there was another QA test fail, and then, I feel like they're also waiting for the next Call of Duty to drop and fail, because, like, there's already going to be another Call of Duty come, or they're going to wait between, like, it could come now. I don't know, they could wait. They have, like a month, and I feel like that would be a good time. Call of Duty is starting to have more complaining, and let that shit die, and then bam, you got a fresh game. Once everyone got tired of COD. Man, I feel like this, despite this being my first solo podcast, that it was actually pretty well executed, We're going to end it here in a few. And I'm going to make some breakfast. And then we're going to go live playing some Apex. But I had one hell of a good time on this first episode of the podcast. So, again, this is Sorry I'm Stoned. It is going to grow to Sorry We're Stoned once I get guests and, a regular duo to just, do this with. But I'm excited. I hope you guys have a great one. And thanks for tuning in to the first episode, man.